Привет, ребята! I'm here today to talk to you about your Russian 7 final exam preparation. All the things you need to do to get ready for your final exam this year, which will be here really around the corner before you know it. So for right now, please take out your тетрадь и напишите. It's very important to write this down. So возьмите тетради и напишите the following information. So the first thing to write down is the date of your final exam. Your final exam is scheduled for Thursday, June 13th. It's the last full day of school. And it is a 2-hour exam. It'll be taking place from 8:30 in the morning till 10:37 in the morning. On that day, you'll be completing the following sections of the exam: the listening comprehension section, the reading comprehension section, and the writing section. And you can go ahead and pause this to write those things down. Okay, so for the listening comprehension section, you're going to be listening to several short passages in Russian and answering multiple choice questions about them. For the reading comprehension section, you're going to be reading some short passages and advertisements and things of that nature in Russian and answering multiple choice questions about them. And for the writing section, you have two different tasks. One of them is to make lists of vocabulary on specific topics, and the other one is to write a note or a letter or something along those lines of paragraph format describing in full sentences. And again, please feel free to pause this whenever you need to write these things down. Topics to review for the final exam. Here are the vocabulary topics that you should be expected to know for the final exam. Basically, what we're talking about is everything from this whole year. So of course you need to know greetings, how to describe yourself, family, numbers and prices in Russian. I'll pause for a second for you to write those things down. Feel free to pause the recording. In addition, you need to know about weather, seasons, and calendar. And of course, included in that would be the days of the week and the months of the year. You need to know your school subjects and locations within the school, so the names of the different places in the school building. You need to know your school supplies and colors. And remember that when you're talking about colors, you're talking about them as an adjective that describes a noun, so you need to be able to modify them as necessary to fit the gender of any noun. Clothing and shopping is of course important, as well as time, being able to tell time in Russian. Identifying formal versus informal. When someone is speaking to someone formally, meaning that they are talking to someone who's older than them or in a more senior position than them, versus to an older person just talking to a younger person, recognizing when they're using the formal versus the informal. And of course, you need to be able to describe sports and after-school activities, things that you like to do, things that other people like to do after school, and sports. Do take a moment to write all of these things down, please. Now please take a moment to find your binder, возьмите папки, и write down, find all the vocabulary lists for these topics. You should be able to find them. They're all in there, organized by topic. Once you've located them, this is what I want you to do with this information. In your notes, so in your notebook, or if you keep just loose leaf paper, write each of these vocabulary topics as a heading on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, then once you've done that, referring to your binder, I want you to make a list of any terms per topic that you do not know cold, meaning that you look at the word, if you look at the word and you know what it means immediately, then don't write it down. You know that word. But if you look at the word and you hesitate at all, then you need to write it on your list. That is a word you do not know verbatim. You don't know it perfectly, you don't know it cold. So you need to make sure you learn that word so it is in your memory and it's 100% there. This new list that you have made for yourself that's specific to you is your study guide. And you can use it then to make flashcards if you like to use paper flashcards, or go on to Quizlet and make some activities to help yourself study. I know we talked about this previously, but it's a great thing to have that you can go in and just type in those words that you don't know, write down the Russian, write down the English, and then use it to make quizzes, games, all the fun activities that are available on Quizlet to help yourself get ready. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that you really take advantage of these ideas and these suggestions, because it's a great way to study and to really focus on what it is that you need to know. Спасибо, ребята. I will talk to you soon.